Audio Jungle.
You're watching us on Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in San Diego County. Today we are joined by Shya Ellis-Flint. She is a program manager with Vets Community Connections. I want to talk about a few programs of the organization, but first, let's talk about veterans generally, and even active duty folks here in San Diego County. Our viewers statewide might not realize, San Diego is really a hub for the military.
San Diego's, I think, the biggest military footprint in the nation.
Right, I think you may be right.
Yeah.
So give us a sense of the work of your organization most broadly, given the large footprint of both active and veteran military men and women.
Broadly, we focus on integration and reintegration for active duty and veterans, primarily veterans, because they tend to have a bigger challenge once getting out. They've had a very structured life, and then now they're faced with possibly moving or at least sort of stepping into a whole new world, essentially. It's what they've been living for however many years is very different from what they're walking into.
So your organization isn't really a transition organization, although that's part of it, but it's not exclusively transition services.
Correct. It's actually not a transition program at all. But
At all, okay.
we work with transition programs like 0800 and Reboot.
We've spoken with the folks at 0800, Sean Mahoney, who is terrific.
Yep.
So let's talk about the VCC side before we talk about 211, which I think is an inspired program. So tell me about what VCC does.
VCC is an integration and reintegration program, and our focus is to bring community members, individuals, and businesses into our network and allow them to put thank you for your service into action by sharing, the individuals share their own personal knowledge, whether it's what they love to do in San Diego, what their community is like, what their career is like, what schools they've gone to, where their kids play soccer.
And so this could be for active duty or veterans.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How wonderful, because think about it. You have folks moving from, I don't know, Augusta, Georgia into the military, into San Diego, and they don't know anything from San Diego, and so you tell them where to play soccer and go hiking.
Exactly. So it's that opportunity for individuals to make that connection. And we don't all have a ton of money to throw at an organization to help veterans. We don't all have hours a month, but we all have 10 minutes. And really that's what this is sharing a part of yourself with veterans and military and giving that 10 minutes. It's a phone call. It's a really simple thing to do that really means a lot.
So let's talk about that phone call, because when I learned about 211, I was blown away. What is 211 broadly? Because there's an element of it for the military, but broadly in San Diego County, what is 211?
211 is a hub for all the social services that the County of San Diego offers, and emergency information as well. So we partnered with 211. We came here about a year and a half ago. Kari McDonough and Doug Wilson, the founders of Vets Community Connections, came to San Diego through the National Association of Counties, and 211 had the perfect platform. They do this so well.
So let's talk about what happens on the 211 side. I really want to go deep into the program because there's so many different layers of it that so many people can access, both as a volunteer or as someone seeking some assistance. So a military individual, either active duty or a veteran, will call 211 and they will say, I'm struggling a bit. What then happens?
Well, 211 is the county and community hub for these services. They are in partnership with the County and Health and Human Services for Courage to Call. So they will be transferred via calling 211. I believe it's option 4. They will get Courage to Call. Courage to Call is that whole layer of filling veteran needs. I need assistance with housing, assistance with food. It's more of a I'm getting into some trouble and I need immediate help. So the difference between Courage to Call and VCC, it's layered. So you wouldn't necessarily come through VCC for immediate food assistance, or I'm about to get kicked out of my home. We would help you if you're looking for a good real estate agent that knows a lot and knows how to manage the programs through.
But both services are critical.
Absolutely, and we work synergistically. And so 211 has this great thing that they say, there is no wrong front door. So if you call VCC and we can't help you, we will transfer you to who can, and vice versa.
And so let's talk about what happens with 211, because you hinted at it before.
Sure.
There is a network of folks that are assisting, and that's what I love about you being here, is that you can talk to our friends watching how they can participate in 211, because couldn't the call be referred to someone that can offer assistance? Is that right?
Well, 211 again is the county resources.
Right. But when you get to Courage to Call,
Sure.
who's then answering the phone?
We have Courage to Call specific call intake people.
Right. Okay.
But those are paid employees.
Which is all good.
Yep.
So tell us about what they're doing and how they can offer assistance once the call comes in.
Sure. Well, if you want to volunteer your time, it's really through Vets Community Connections.
Got it.
Yep.
It's very layered, but it's all good.
It is very layered.
It's all good.
It can get a little confusing, but again, 211 is the county resources. Right. Then Courage to Call is all the veteran organizations that give services. It's the VA, it's various organizations that all deal with the needs and the benefits for it. And then VCC comes in, and that's where the volunteer comes in. So if you want to volunteer your time and give that information and share with a veteran or military family, it's Vets Community Connections.
Can we talk about volunteering?
Yes.
Because that, I think, is so important. Because you make it very easy to volunteer. You have a website, vetscommunityconnections.org.
Yes.
You can text to VET, CONX, or 44144. We'll put this all on the screen.
Great.
What happens when you decide to jump onto this website or text?
When you get on the website, there's two buttons. There's one for an individual, and then there's one for a business.
Okay.
So if you're a business, you click the business. You're an individual, you click the individual. And it's a very short, basic form about, if you're a business, what you offer for veterans or military, and if you're an individual, what you would like to share, what knowledge you would like to share with that veteran.
And so what are you looking for from our altruistic folks? You know, here we are sitting at home, we're like, we want to help, but I don't know what to do. I mean, you know, sure, maybe I have a small business, or maybe I don't.
Yep.
Maybe I have some time. Give us ideas.
Sure. So we have people in our database that have hiked part of the Pacific Crest Trail for 1,600 miles. So you can talk about long distance hiking with somebody.
It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. I would never think of that. You're a hiker and you can volunteer. Keep going. More.
So it's really whatever you do or you're passionate about, or your knowledge. It can be whatever you want to share with somebody. You get somebody talking about something that they love, that they like to do, half the time you can't get them to be quiet.
Can I just tell you, I took a class once, and I think you'll appreciate this. You can steal this from who I learned it from.
Okay.
Interested is interesting. So if you're interested in Pacific hiking, I may have no idea what it is, but if you're interested, it's going to be interesting to me. And so who knows, you may inspire someone on active military duty or a veteran to jump into a hobby that can really turn them around. I mean, I know you have had family members that have struggled coming out of the military, and maybe there's someone there that can just be that spark for that individual. Other ideas on how to volunteer? Any other great, unique ways?
I mean, so if you're a mom and you have kids in soccer or baseball and you're really avid and really support the particular area that you live in, or if you're anywhere in the community and you love your community, share what that community is like, because there's going to be a military person or veteran needing to move somewhere in San Diego and thrive and live here. So it's about that human connection is really what our whole initiative is about. Is veterans want to talk to people. They want to be a part of the community. They don't want to stand aside.
San Diego is so lucky to have this organization, and I am so glad that you came to tell us more about it. Her name is Shya Ellis-Flint. She is with the Vets Community Connections. You can find their website at vetscommunityconnections.org. My name is Brad Pomerance from San Diego County. It's Local Edition.